So this, to be fair, all right, to give them the benefit of the doubt, I really do think they believe that they're like, all right, I want a fresh new start. I really want to do this the right way this time. It's been a while. I've thought about some things. You know, I don't want this having to be, I don't want the control. I mean, they could be saying, I don't want you to be so controlling, or they could be like, look, I was a real jerk, and I realized that I was really controlling, and that it had to be my way or the highway, and I want a fresh new start. I want to be truthful, transparent. I want us to, you know, have a reciprocal relationship where I share my feelings with you and let you see me, and I'm vulnerable, and I want to love you fully, and I want you to, I mean, all good things, right? Who doesn't want to hear that? But is it too late? Because we got the Death card and we got the Seven of Wands here. Is that like being like, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I can get the feelings back because I don't want to let down my guard. I feel like I have to defend my position against you because of how you hurt me before. That could be, it could be too late for this person to come back in, Pisces, for you. You could be just like, I don't know, so I think I don't know. And that's translated to, I'm not sure. I got the Six of Swords and a Strength card here. I mean, that could be, you know, wanting to try to put everything behind you and give this fresh start a chance and get started on solid footing. It could also be you wanting to wait and give it some time, a long time, before you make a decision. It doesn't feel like you're, to be honest, I can't even really, I feel like you're in the background in this. I feel like you're kind of have done the fade on this, that you finally started detaching from this. And yet now here they come, and they've got all these ideas, and they want to do everything right. They've thought about it and they've realized and all this, and okay, but King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. So this could be Gemini, could be Aquarius. So we got new starts here. And a lot of activity, a lot of someone wanting to take charge, someone wanting to take command of the situation, do the right thing. Is that what this is? Someone's wanting to come in and show you, and here you are over here thinking about it, wanting to take your time to think about it. Someone's wanting to come in and show you that they can do the right thing, that they can give where they didn't give before. It's just Seven of Swords. All these swords, good gracious. Was this an online relationship? Seven of Swords and the Ten of Cups. Is this with the caveat that, okay, I want to come back and I want to do all the things, but I also want to know that you're on board, and I want to know, like, that you are wanting to move forward with this, that you're like, that it's going to happen? Is this somebody that's insecure, that's like, okay, yeah, I want to come back in, and yeah, I want to show you, but I also want to know that you're into this also. Like, it feels a little bit insecure here, if I'm honest. It feels like someone's wanting to know that because you were pretty into them before. That's the thing. You were really into this before, and they broke your heart. And so here they come again after quite a while, realizing all the stuff and wanting to come in. There's all this flurry of activity, wanting to make things that, wanting to, hey, can-do attitude. I realize I can't be so controlling. I got to let you know how I feel. I need a fresh start, change of behavior, all good things. But it feels like there's also them not wanting to expend the effort unless they know that you're on board with it too. Which, okay, that's realistic. But if they really meant it, it'd be like, you know what, I'm just glad to be in the room. I mean, I'm really sorry, and I love you, and I'll just be over here until you feel like looking at me. You know, I feel like that's what this needs. Like, this is somebody that needs to be, they're a little bit more sorry. They're not quite striking the proper tone. I don't think it should be conditional. I think it should be like, I'm really sorry, and I just want a fresh new start, but I'll take whatever I can get, because I have had a complete epiphany and reversal of how things were, and I realized I was a jackass, and I'm sorry. And so I'm just going to, can I stand here? Okay, thanks. You know, I'm just, whenever you have time, I'm good. And I kind of feel like that's the tone they should be taking, instead of this whole, like, let me impress you, but then I want you to be impressed. And if you're not impressed, then I'm not sure how much I want how much more effort I want to expend on this. Maybe I'm being too harsh. All right, shutting up. What's this? There was an element of you not knowing everything here, of you being kind of kept in the dark. And it's entirely wrong that it was you keeping them in the, or entirely wrong. It's entirely possible that I have the energies reversed here. But there's an element of you not being told the truth here, that you have been receiving information that was strategic. And that really sabotaged and torpedoed the relationship, because it was basically like they were cheating, lying, betraying. They were only letting you in their life so far, or only in this capacity. It was very controlled. And so now they want to get rid of all that, and they really want this fresh start, and they want, but it's like, but are you on board? Or like, yes or no? Or so to be fair, they mean it. They do. There has been this realization that, dang, I really loved Pisces and my life was better for it, and I do want to do the right thing. But there's an element of insecurity here, and I think that was why they did what they did before, why they either cheated or why they had you only in certain parts of their life and they shut you out here and they kept this man. There was a lot of control before, and it has to do with their feelings of security and insecurity. And I think for as much as they're wanting to be truthful and transparent, they also really want to know that you will be that with them, that you're not going to be guarded, that you're not going to be standing there with your arms folded across your chest like, well, we'll see. They're going to want the same access that they had before. That's the thing. They're going to want you to be just as available as you were before, especially now that they're willing to be vulnerable and open to you. So in a way, it's kind of like, okay, I get it, but I don't know. It's going to be up to you, really, because they don't want things the way they were, but they're feeling really vulnerable. I think it's taken a lot for them to reach out or to make the effort, and they don't want to feel like a fool. They really want to know if you're on board with this or not. I mean, they mean it. It's just that it's almost like, I would like it much better if they were like, I'll sleep on your doorstep. I don't care. I'll sleep in the garage. It's fine. I just want a shot. Just give me 15 minutes or whatever. But I kind of feel like they're wanting you to be more welcoming than they should expect, and that to me speaks to their insecurity. So they make the effort, but then it's like they stop halfway through, because it's like, well, are you into this or not? Should I keep going? Or it's like, no, you do. And I kind of feel like you should be standing there with your arms folded across your chest. Like, well, we'll see. And they're like, well, but I want to know. Are you going to still want to, it's like, no, you don't get to know. You broke my heart. If you really want this, it's not going to matter what I want. You'll be persistent and you'll show me, and I'll make my decisions accordingly based on your actions, because that's what's going to carry us through here, is if you're going to be consistent, not this controlled partition stuff where I only have access to a certain part of you and then I have to go home, or, I don't hear from you for a week or what. So if you want access, you're going to have to show me access, and then I'll decide as I go. But I'm not letting down my guard. You know what I mean? So that could be my bias. I don't know. I'm pretty good about shelving that, though. I feel like, we got the 5 of Wands here and the Knight, or the 7 of Wands. I feel like they're sincere, but I also, again, for the 7th time, I feel like they're going to be kind of insecure. You are going to know your dynamic and know, like, okay, that's just them, though. I know them, I get it, that it's fine, I can trust them. But I feel like that's going to play a huge part in here, is that someone's going to have all these great ideas and intentions, but they're going to get insecure about it halfway through because they're not getting enough validation from you. And that's going to be an issue, because they're really going to want to know that you're on board with this, that they can kind of have the same access they had before. So have they really changed? You'll see. They do. To be fair, they do understand the value of reciprocity and security, stability, access to all that, truthfulness, letting you in fully. They get that now. They have realized that they were kind of closed off and partitioned and controlling before. And they realize in hindsight that it was very important, and they should have let you in more. They should have made you feel more secure. They should have revered you or the relationship more. They should have prized you more. They get it. has that changed though? So they understand that. Are they willing to do what it takes to do that? Because honestly, it feels like they're all gangbusters, but then they get insecure. Again, for the 8th time, to be fair, I could see that. If they're like, well, I just don't want to be putting in all this effort if this is just punishment and vindication for you. Like, I'll go if you don't really care, but I really would like it if you cared. It's fair. I got to give them that. It's fair. But I feel like they need to grovel a little bit more. Because I just feel like the way this feels, what it was like before they had this epiphany, before they had this paradigm shift, it was very one-sided. They were kind of a jerk. So I gotta say, time will tell. And like I would be wanting to stand there too with my arms across my chest for a little bit. It'd be difficult for me to let down my guard, especially after I've really been through it, and it took a long time to get over this, or it took, I had to do some digging here, and kind of there was quite the process getting through this. It was not quick and it was not painless. So I am going to be kind of defensive and guarded for a while until I know that I can trust you. That's what this is saying. And if they really want this, they're going to have to put up with that. They really want you to trust them again and to see that they're sincere. They're going to have to put in the time. They're going to have to apply consistent effort here. Can't just be some flash in the pan, really big on the how or the wow, not the how. You're going to want to see some effort here. That's fair. I don't see that here. That's the thing. I see off to a great start, but I don't see beyond that. So this is them having all these great ideas and getting their foot in the door, but it's going to depend on what they do after that. Ace of Swords again. All right. Making the effort, seeing things clearly, wanting to talk, wanting to be truthful, to listen, to exchange information for understanding, clarity, all that. Wanting a fresh new start, victory. So, then again, this could be wanting to cut things off. But in the context of this being a desired outcome, as far as someone wanting a reconciliation, not like, is there a chance for one? This is what this is all about someone having clarity of thought and epiphanies and realizing things and wanting to be truthful. It could be confessing. It could be just truthful conversations leading to clarity, cutting through the confusion. Okay, that's why. Tribe. There's you two are, this is, this person sees you as their person, and let's be honest, you still see them as part of your tribe. There's still a connection for you. I think that's why I'll listen to what you have to say, but I'm going to stand here and mad dog you and have my arms folded across my chest and make you feel uncomfortable because that's how you made me feel, jerk. And then, so this feels like you're going to kind of be for a while, but there's still that abiding connection for you. That's why this is like, you really want to see that effort because there was hurt there before and there was that really solid dynamic connection. You got the Magician and the Ten of Cups. You were into it, All right, which one was that one? Okay, so I got to do this one then. We all know what that feels like. We got 2 cards with the infinity symbol here. This is a really dynamic connection. That you really looked up to this person. You really felt that kinship, that fit, that affinity for this person. Ace of Cups. So whether this is you getting over this and you two are off to a solid start, someone is coming in with noble intent, or you decide, you know what, I'm stronger and better off on my own. It's going to be up to you. Tidal wave disturb. Yeah, well, that's what that. What was it? The 2 5s and the 4s or whatever. This is all of a sudden. There's been some kind of break in the continuum, meaning they've either reached out and upset the apple cart because you were doing just fine, and all of a sudden there's like a stutter in the energy because somebody reached out to somebody, and I'm guessing it was them wanting to get back in touch with you because why I don't see this being in the reverse. They reached out. They did something. we've got a disturbance in the way things were going. And it's like everything's coming back, especially with these, that infinity. This is all the feelings are coming back, but there's this kind of like, whoa. But the underlying thing here is that you've got all these, look at all these feelings coming back here. Conflicted, but I mean, 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups. Yeah. This is, I mean, I don't blame you. I'd want to see them put in the time too, because they owe you that much. Love is patient. Love is kind. I know, but I'm not. I'm mad. I'm hurt. I want some penance. There's nothing wrong with wanting to make darn sure that somebody means it, giving it time, even though you still might have a tidal wave of all the feelings come rushing back in. You still see them as part of your. There's nothing wrong with still wanting to make darn sure that it's safe to go forward. What else for Pisces? Ooh. Wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Word. Again, nothing wrong with wanting to vet the situation, and after all that you have been, all that you've been through, this is transformation. I mean, turning knowledge into wisdom. This is experience leading to transformation. You know, the door becomes part of the wall because you can't not know what you know after you go through something like this. The closure of something, the gradual decline and letting go and changing because of that. You can't not know what you know after coming out of something like this. And it's you aren't the same person. You're not going to think, well, and yet you still feel that way. So what's the new normal then? Like, who you are now versus what you were then, and yet you still see this person as integral. How does that get bridged? Well, that's part of that. You know, knowledge applied is wisdom. Like what you know being put into practice is wisdom. So it remains to be seen, doesn't it? What you do with it. This happened, now what are you going to do with it? Are you gonna over time build a new strong foundation and leave the drama behind, or is this you off by yourself? Because you're like, I'm good by myself. Still care about you, still love you, but I'm going off by myself. I can't do it again. Queen of Wands reverse, that could be Aries. Oh, good gracious. King of Wands upright. Oh boy. Okay, so is this them? Okay, is this them either being completely obsequious, like kind of beseeching, or kind of like standing down, like I don't want to force you, I just want my foot in the door, can you please, like almost like a wallflower, like being really passive, like letting you know they're in, but then being really passive. But then this doesn't jive with this being passive right here. So this is Aries, this is Sagittarius. So we've got Queen of Wands reversed and the King of Wands. Is this you standing down? This could be male or female. Because this is passive, this is active. This is assertive. This is deferring. So is that you to where you're like, I'm just going to be over here waiting and listening and watching. I am not taking charge. I am standing down. I'm going to see what you do. I'm going to see how you do with this. I'm not going to take charge. I'm not going to make everything okay. I'm not going to be the one in charge, doing, going, making, connecting. Everybody's in harmony. Everybody good? Anybody need a drink refill? We all good? Anybody got to go to the bathroom? But I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going to make it okay. I'm going to see what you do. I'll be over here. Let me see what you do. By all accounts, this is someone that does want this and they just might get a little insecure along the way and need to know that you're still into it. Do with that what you will, because it's going to depend on your dynamic and you know the person. I think you're due. If honestly, I feel like you aside from it making sense to let things evolve over time, I also think that, they do need to show you shouldn't have to be on board immediately. They need to spend some time showing you. I'm okay with that.